Yes, guys, welcome back to the Just Talk podcast. My name is Tyler, as you guys know, and today we're back with a bang. Obviously, I haven't posted in 2-3 weeks, maybe even a month now, but we're back consistent. Today we're joined by a big guest on my left. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so Danilo Orsi. I play professional football for Crawley Town, and I'm one of the co-founders for a grassroots club called PowerHause Academy.
Obviously, PowerHause made by Dan and two other footballers. Obviously, their shirts are above me right now, which is mad. Courtney Hall's Aston Villa player, centre back. You might know him by as if he scored a goal at Old Trafford as well, winner against Man United, which is crazy. And then we also have Josh Laurent, who is the captain of Stoke. Obviously, I want to start off talking about your week. Obviously, I know you had an event from day last night as well. I don't know if you want to talk about that as well. So what happened as well?
Yeah, so we played Warsaw away last night in the league, and I ended up scoring a 94th minute equaliser. So that's hard place to go, Warsaw, obviously on a Tuesday night. And they scored in the 88th to make it 1-0, which was a bit depressing at the time because obviously put in a lot of work during the night, but we managed to claw one back in the 94th minute, which was kind of made up for the day and the trip up there.
Yeah, that's it. Earlier in that day, we did play Stevenage as well, my under-16s. It was a good experience, I'd say, personally, when you play a big league team like that and then you see what it takes to be up there as well. Is there any big teams you've played that you might beat massively as well?
Yeah, I think last year we played Southampton first. Well, we played Luton in the Champ, drew with them in the FA Cup, and then beat them in the replay. And then we had Southampton away at St Mary's, and ended up beating them 2-1, which was massive. Just the emotion that night. We had 4,500 away fans travel down from Grimsby. And it's something which will stick with me for the rest of my life. Just after the game, the celebrations and the way it was, and then obviously getting through that in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, we played Brighton away.
Yeah, that game was.
Yeah, at the Amex, I think it was 32,000 sellout, lost 5-0. It's one of them things. It was that was a real footballing lesson, shall we say? But again, probably like you're saying, to see what the standard is like, and to play against players of that calibre was just unbelievable experience and something you learn from.
Yeah, obviously right now we won. Well, not right now, obviously, but last season we did win the league. That was probably my biggest achievement. Obviously, as a young lad, whatever, joined. It's probably my best decision I've made, to be honest. Joining PowerHouse. I'm not saying it because it's part of it, but honestly, when I deep it and stuff, we obviously won the league. You guys know about it as well. When I told you guys, what's your biggest achievement as a career right now in your career?
I think so far probably the FA Cup run last year and being involved in that. Obviously, it was just the experience of playing them teams, but to actually look back at it now and say I played in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Considering I didn't sign my first pro till I was 25, I was kind of just playing college and non-league before that. So to do that in the first couple of years of being a full-time pro was for me it's something which I look at as a massive achievement and something I kind of want to try and get something better to say later on in my career I went one better or something else to achieve. But for now, definitely playing in the quarterfinals of that.
That is 6 to be fair. Obviously, when I looked on my phone, so I was playing FIFA with the lads in PlayStation, whatever. We'd be like, oh, Dan scored. I've got them to come onto it as well. Danilo Orsi, he scored. They're like, no way. But obviously, I've got a couple of questions on my laptop now. We're looking. I want you to answer as well. So, first one is, if you were to describe yourself in 3 words, what would it be?
3 words. I'd probably go hard working. I try and base myself just every day, training, just the way I live my life. Put 100% effort into everything I do. And then the other two, I think, just happy and positive. I think, especially going out to America and being a college student out there and seeing the way the world is, and there's so much more to just the area you're brought up in, and just seeing you're gonna have challenges in life, you're gonna have problems, and you're gonna be aware of some. You're not gonna be aware of some when they come to hit you in the face. So you've just got to be positive and try and be happy, smile, and just look at the brighter side.
How was America as well? How was that experience for you?
Wicked. The best, hands down, the best thing I've ever done. Obviously played under 18 football out there, under 21s, and then obviously doing the college as well. It was what you see in the movies is literally what it's like, and if there's anyone who said to me, "Oh, well, I'm thinking about going out there for college," I'd book them a plane ticket myself and just send them on their way, because it was just an unbelievable experience.
Was that how you got into like pro football in England as well?
Or? Yes and no. Like, I went out there more so just with the idea of like maybe playing out there professionally, and obviously just like furthering my education and thinking like worst case if I don't end up playing pro, at least I'm gonna have like a degree to fall back on. And then the opportunity to come back over here and like play non-league and just work my way up was something which I wasn't really expecting to happen in the way it did. But at the same time, I always had that belief about myself that if I put the hard work in and do the right things, then a bit of luck will go my way. And one thing led to another, then obviously ended up making it up to League Two at the moment.
That's sick, to be fair. Obviously, you're saying hard work and stuff. Would you say it's like yourself, or was there someone like behind you, like a supporter that would push you? And is there anyone like that?
Yeah, I think like if I look at myself, just like my work ethic, I've always known, and like I think instilled in me from a young age, you got to work hard. Nothing's like given to you in life, and basically the more work you put into something, the more rewards are going to come out of it. So big credit to my mum for that one. Like, she obviously is my biggest support, comes up and down the country, follow me for all my games, and then it's my agent Bert Laurent and my brother Mass. Them two have been massive for me, just basically everyday life, just checking in, like seeing how I'm getting on, helping me be better. Always being there through the highs and lows, and between them three there, I think is what I owe most of my career to. So I'm just really grateful to have them in my life, really. Yeah.
That's sick, to be fair. Obviously with me, I'd say my dad is one of my biggest supporters. Obviously he works his socks off for me to be doing what I am. Obviously doing this podcast, joining the club, and paying different like sums of money for different things as well. Sometimes he's not there, but I know I'm there because of him. So I try to do everything I do for him. If that makes sense. Obviously mum's there as well, sister, they're not gonna notice and that, but I think for them as well, I always have them in the back of my mind. Obviously as a young lad, I've asked you this question before. I don't know if you remember when you came to like ask us questions at the camp. What would be any advice that you'd give for someone like myself?
I think it's just like belief in yourself. Again, going back to hard work, but if you're working hard for something and you really believe you can achieve it, don't stop at the first hurdle or the second or the third, because trust me, I've known it. Like getting to where I am today, the amount of hurdles you've got to go over to get there. And I've seen it with boys I played with growing up who were probably better than me at younger ages, and for one reason or another they fall off somewhere along the journey. And I think you've got to keep going over the hurdles, because eventually something will go your way. Yeah. And I think especially with like football, you've got to look at it as there's probably more bad days than good days, but it's the very few good days that make it all worth it and make you go through the hard, like the tough days which you got to struggle through, really. Yeah.
Okay, that's mad, because this year I've got more serious, if that makes sense. And I think personally, I've done it a bit too late. I could have done last year. This year now, I've got like my diet plan. I go to gym. I try to just work hard as well with my friend. I do one-to-one sessions with him. I've gone to coaching as well, so I'm trying to get different kind of roles and stuff out of life, if that makes sense. And I always have my best mate by my side. I'm doing the one-to-ones with. Who's your best mate at football currently? Take this offensively, by the way.
Currently, best mate, like probably at Crawley, I've got a few, like the car school that I drive in with. I'm quite close. Obviously, spending a lot of time with them, driving to training, driving home from training. But best mate probably involved in football, I've got to go to my brother. Doesn't play, but he's an agent and someone I've grown up with. Listen, I'll say he probably was better than me growing up.
Is it?
Yeah, I will probably give it to him. I know when he watches this, he'll be laughing. He's been there for everything for me from the bottom all the way up to now. So I just appreciate him being there and always there supporting me, really. So yeah.
That's sick, to be fair. Obviously, we started off talking with PowerHause as well. How did that come across with you and the two above me?
Yeah, so Josh and Courts, it was kind of, we wanted to do something that we can give back to the community, something that we felt passionate about, and a way that we could help boys and girls achieve dreams and hopefully achieve the dreams that we had as kids of being professional footballers. We knew the area, we knew there was a market for it, shall we say, and we just really wanted to help them and give them a platform to perform and get better as footballers. But again, like this, like having the podcast, like we want to help them off the pitch in other areas of interest they've got, whether it's, again, doing a podcast, whether one of them wants to go into coaching. So yeah, we're just here really just try and have a positive impact on these children's lives.
That's sick. Obviously, like I said, the podcast, I do appreciate what you guys do on and off the pitch as well. Last season, I think I already mentioned this already, I can't remember, maybe 10 minutes ago now. Obviously, we did win the league and the League Cup. That was crazy as well. Obviously, I remember all the coaches there and they did their one big speech at the end as well. And like, it hit me, because obviously there's you guys, there's the parents as well that help you guys be here. And then someone must have said, don't forget your coaches as well, because I didn't see a quote, but I saw like a video. It was like, don't forget the one coach that like helped you be where you are today. Obviously, my coach is, I love them a lot, man. It's easy to say, but you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, you've got a good bunch.
Do you have a coach as well that's like...
Yeah, I think like throughout your career you come across different coaches and different people who have different impacts in your life, and at different times of your life they're important because they help you get onto the next part almost. But I think that was one of the main things again when we did the PowerHause Academy. It was like we wanted the boys to connect well with the coaches, and we had to make sure we got the right personnel in.
Yeah.
And again, like when we started it off, we had one team, and now there's 7-8 teams, and boys are winning trophies, winning leagues, and like obviously we came down to the award ceremony at the end of last year, and you could see like the enjoyment on your faces and how much it meant to you. But again, I think it was important for us to be there to see like how happy we were, and like when we spoke, we get messages from the coaches, and I know I got sent a video of the boys celebrating in the last game of the season that day, which was it was great to see because it brought back memories of when I was that age and going through similar things at, again, similar places like where the PowerHause boys play and girls play is it's the same place, same pitches that I grew up playing on.
Yeah.
So it's only 15, 16 years later, but it still means quite a lot.
Yeah. My friends asked this question to me. Why is it named PowerHause? And we're like, the O U being the A, is that a message between that, or is it just unique or something like that?
Yeah, obviously Courtney's surname being House, and then PowerHause, it's like just sounded like it fitted right, and we just feel it's a name which carries a bit of weight and had a nice ring to it, and something like the boys can be proud of. So I think everyone was quite happy with the name. We haven't had any complaints yet, so it's all good.
Yeah. Who would be the best player you played with? Let's say at Crawley, because I don't want it to be like the whole.
At Crawley, the best player, I'd probably say Liam Kelly or Ben Gladwin. Obviously, both played championship football, both experienced, but yeah, it's just saying, especially I think we like someone like Glads, who's just a bit of a man mountain, and like you can really feel his presence when he's playing. Yeah. He is 6'3" after all, but the way he moves about the pitch and he gets up and down and the ability on the ball is scary at times. And then someone like Liam Kelly, who's he never gives the ball away, which is just incredible to watch. And obviously training with these boys every day and you see it up close, it's eye opening, and again, like, it's good to have them as teammates.
Yeah. Talking about Crawley, your last club was Grimsby, right? Obviously the shirt is there. You did score a last minute goal against them, which is mad. And then I saw you, I think, the day after as well.
Yeah.
Tottenham game. We spoke briefly about that. How was that for you? If you talk more in depth for the whole game. Yeah,
no, it was funny because I played obviously against Grimsby that day, then went to North London Derby the next day. So it was like I went from Blundell Park to the Emirates in the space of about 24 hours. But it was good. It was obviously going up to the game before. I was looking forward to seeing like old teammates, old coaches. I had a really special year there and made a lot of good friendships. And then obviously the game started and we were 2-0 down, and
I saw that as well.
Yeah, it was a bit like, do you know what, this isn't going to plan here. And then I don't know how it really happened, to be honest, because about 5 minutes later it was 2-2. And then the game kind of evened itself out again, and I knew I'd get a chance. I just didn't know it'd be that late, and obviously it'd be the winner. But yeah, I was really happy to score it, and obviously to get the 3 points as well was massive. But at the same time, it was against all my old friends and coaches. I texted a few after, saw a few after, and we had a laugh about it. And like I said, it had to be you. And I know a few fans tweeted going like, "You could write this." I think everyone knew it was going to happen. Probably not in that fashion, but yeah, listen, I was happy. I'm always happy to score a goal, so that was the main thing.
I know when former players go to their former clubs and then they sometimes get a bit of stick or they get a bit of respect. How was that for you? Did you get either or?
Yeah, no, do you know what? To be fair, I was really grateful for the reception. Everyone was really good with me. Clapped the fans before the game. Not really knowing what to expect back, and they all clapped back. So, and then even after the game, like walking out, there's a few Grimsby fans still asking for photos, and like despite the results, saying like well done and like wish you all the best. So, no, it was really nice. Like I said, I had a great year there, and it was a great club to be involved in, and obviously wish them the best going forward.
That is sick, obviously. What would be your biggest target going forward? Like when you end your career, let's say, what do you want to achieve currently?
I think it's just to play as high as possible, for as long as possible, really. I just love playing football, which is the main thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously coming up from non-league, I just want to see how far this journey can go. I haven't really set myself a target of where I want to end up playing, but I'm always just looking to go one better than what I am now, and that's how I've always been since trying to, like, when I really put my head down and said, right, I want to give this non-league a good crack and see where I can end up.
You see, when you played for Grimsby last year, were you like a starter? Were you like a rotation player? Were you a...
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't really play much.
Is it? I realised I was like, you played more in the FA Cup.
Yeah, I kind of played like against like Luton, Southampton and Brighton, but couldn't get a kick against the League Two side. So, no, listen, it's one of them things in football. You kind of have... everyone goes through it, I guess, at some point in their career. You have times where you start every week, week in, week out, and then other times where you're on the bench. But again, it's during them times when you're not playing where it's easy for your head to drop, and so you like lose a bit of concentration. But for me, it was just about staying focused and just knowing the brighter days will come. And obviously, like I say, at the moment, I'm living them brighter days, as dark as it may have been, or as lonely as you may have got, like living up in Grimsby, and even before when I was at Harrogate, and you pick up a few injuries and you're not playing for 5-6 weeks, and it all gets a bit like emotionally draining, shall we say, to now where I'm playing week in, week out, scoring. So yeah, it's just about getting yourself through them tough days and remaining positive and happy, like I said at the beginning.
Yeah. So how come Crawley came about and like you wanted to go there? Was it for play time specifically, or? Yeah,
I think the biggest thing for me was just about playing. Wherever I went next, I just had to play. I kind of had 2 years of in and out, playing here, playing there. Bearing in mind, I still scored. To be fair, I think I still scored when I was at Harrogate. I got 6 in 14, and then Grimsby I think it was like 4 in 11 starts. So for me, I never doubted my ability. It was just I need to get a run of games.
Yeah.
And then obviously when I knew there was interest from Crawley, and I spoke to the manager, and kind of they like pitched what they want to do for the club and where they see me fitting in, and just knowing I was going in to be a starter, whether I got there and things changed, or I got there and I let myself down and things changed because of that, fair enough. But I knew going there I stood a real good chance of starting, and obviously it was closer to home. Not that was a major factor for me, but it's nice now on reflection. I get to get home a lot more on my days off and stuff. But yeah, once I knew I could go there and get a run of games, it was the main thing, and I can showcase what I can do, which I think I've done so far this season.
What would you say to someone that doesn't start a lot? Let's say like a young player, let's say like me, for example. If I didn't start a run of games and I did start, let's say I didn't have a good output, if that makes sense, good goals, assists, stuff like that. What would you say to someone like that?
Yeah, I think it's just about working hard in training, outside of training. You got to do a lot of stuff when people possibly aren't looking. I know there's an old saying, and I know it can be difficult. Listen, I've been there. I know what it's like. Get to a game day and it don't feel like a game day anymore, because you're thinking, am I going to get 10 minutes here? Am I going to get 20 minutes here? And then you're almost sitting there thinking, right, I need the other team to score, so we go 1-0 down, and then I can come on, and then hopefully we win 2-1. So you're starting to think things like that, and then you're thinking, when you score and you go 1-0 up, you're going, well, I'm not going to come on now because I'm a striker. So, and then it's difficult. There's lots of things which can go through your head at the time, but the main thing is just believing in yourself, keep working hard, keep doing the right things, because when you do get the chance, you got to be ready to take it.
Go with both hands as well.
Yeah.
what is the most challenging part of being a footballer itself?
I think it's probably just the highs and lows. It's
Well,
just, yeah, and it's just like you can go one day being a hero to the next day being the villain. I know it was at the start of this season we played Salford away, and the ball came across about 2 yards out. I've shot, it's hit the keeper, hit the crossbar, bounced down, hit me, hit the post, didn't go in. Don't know how it didn't go in. And we draw the game 1-1, and you're coming off after going, how have I not scored that?
Yeah.
Like, you're beating yourself up about it. And then you go in training Monday and you're thinking, we've got to watch it back now when we do the analysis. And to be fair, I didn't get any stick from it. But just like within myself, I was beating myself up. And then Tuesday we played MK Dons at home, and I scored the win and we win 2-1. So, yeah, so literally in the space of 3 days, yeah, you go from being down at the bottom to the highs. So it's just managing them and kind of just trying to stay level-headed as much as you can. But again, like I said, it's very difficult because football's an emotional game and things happen.
Last season, my season myself, I don't think it was great at all. I don't think, for my standard, I didn't do well. I did mention that to some of my coaches as well. I said I wasn't happy. But then again, like you say, the highs and the lows, obviously we won the league. That definitely brought high.
Yeah.
For me, it made me forget the season in a sense. So obviously I was happy with how it ended in like a good way. But yeah, obviously talking about that, how does it feel to see the progression of PowerHause come to this now? 'Cause I think it's running for what, 3 years?
Yeah.
So how's that for you?
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Like I said, like when you started off and we had one team to start with to now we've got teams across different age groups, and to see them doing so well. And obviously when I get to come down on a Tuesday night to a training session and you can see the boys and girls really enjoying it, really listening to the coaches, and everyone is getting better. I think that was the main thing for us. I know we had a couple age groups who were playing like a year above to begin with, and they were losing each week quite heavily, I'll say, to begin with. But obviously you're getting towards later on in the season, and all of a sudden 6-1s are becoming 3-2s, and they pinch a win here, pinch a win there, and you've got to remind them like what an achievement it is, because you are playing against boys and girls a year older than you.
It's progression.
Yeah, that's the main thing. And then obviously the following year they dropped back down to their age group, and they walked through the league comfortably because of how much progression they've made in the year before. So yeah, no, it's a fantastic feeling. Obviously we've got new goals down there now, and we've tried to make it a bit more of a professional setup in terms of equipment, the layout, and again that's the motto of the Professionals Academy, because we want to try and make it as similar to what we experience on a day-to-day basis for everyone involved.
Yeah, I think with the coaches as well, talking about professionals, I think having our coaches are younger, if that makes sense, compared to normal teams and stuff. I personally think that helps us as well, because they will understand us more. They were us a couple of years ago, so I can speak to them. So one of our coaches, Ayub, he's, I think, maybe even 2 years older than me, if that. So I can speak to him and ask his opinions on different things, and he can help me as well. So he's someone that I can go to and stuff. A question as well: are there any factors that go under the radar being a footballer? Like, obviously people say hard working. Is there anything else that just isn't said as much?
I think it's kind of said and not said, but like you need a bit of luck to go your way at times, and people's opinions. I think that's the other thing you got to remember is one person's opinion doesn't make or break your career if you don't let it. Let's put it like that. One person could think you're absolutely awful and should never be kicking a football again in your life. Then the next person could think you're the best thing since like sliced bread. So that's it's probably just the mindset thing. I think it's come a lot more to the forefront of football nowadays, but I think it's still something that goes under the radar quite a bit. Just trying to have that positive mindset and just belief in yourself, really.
Yeah. Who's your footballing idol?
I don't actually know if I've got one anymore.
Did you look up to anyone when you were like younger?
When I was younger, I'd probably say it was like a Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, obviously being a big Arsenal fan, and then probably even like a Luis Suarez, Fernando Torres, kind of when they were running right in the Premier League. And then more so nowadays, I wouldn't really say I've got one who I really look up to as much, probably because they're all like similar age to me now, so it's a bit different. But Nah, listen, I love the way Arsenal's front three, Martinelli, Saka and Jesus play. So I always enjoy watching them, and then again watching people like Kane and Haaland, who are just the world's best strikers. Yeah, so just kind of there's a few at the moment, but no one who I've really kind of pinpoint as one massive idol.
I was gonna do a quick fire.
Cool.
We'll still do it. Some of the questions you actually said as well.
Yeah.
While it's on this. So as you can see on the laptop, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions.
Right.
First one is: are you happy with your rating of FIFA this year being 58?
No, not one bit. I said this. I think they asked me at Crawley about this, and I went from 61 to 58 within the space of about 2 years.
Is it?
Yeah, and I don't know how, because if anything, I thought I got better. So I thought maybe 61 would have been fair, or maybe even a 62.
Yeah.
But they gave me pace. I think my pace was like 71 still, so I'll take that.
You're on my team now, right now.
Yeah.
I bought you as well.
I put myself on the bench just so I'm there, but I ain't playing myself because I'm dead on the game. I'm going to be honest. But yeah, so no, I'm probably not happy with it. But
I know the fastest player at Crawley is Jed. Do you get along with him as well?
yeah, Jed's really good. Do you know what? Really funny boy. Good to have around the place, and he's just a really down to earth person.
Yeah. Another question is: who is your favourite coach at PowerHause?
Oh, do you know what? I'm gonna go JT.
JT.
Yeah, I know Paul's probably gonna text me as well. Yeah, Paul's gonna get on to me, but JT, because JT just makes me laugh, and I think he is, just in terms of a character and as a person, one of the reasons we started it. Just because you can see the positivity and the energy he brings to the club, and just the way he carries himself, and just again, just makes. He came to the game last night, came up to Warsaw to watch it, and after just before he's even said a word, I know he's going to make me laugh. So yeah, probably JT.
That's sick. Do you have any superstitions before a match, or do you do anything like a wrist tape or anything? Yeah,
I've got loads, to be honest. I'm probably too long for the podcast and go through them all. But a few of them I always put like my right shin pad on before my left shin pad, right sock, right boot, left boot. I'll go through like the same like routine with the physio.
Yeah.
8 minutes before going out onto the pitch, yeah. And then I've always got to have the first shot when we do the shooting drill before the game.
Oh, so you spoke to the manager, spoke to the boss and said?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So one of the coaches takes us, and I just always make sure I'm in front of the line. Again, same thing going to like food I eat. I try and like it's the exact same meal before a game. Even like little stuff like I drive a certain way to football, to and from on game days. Yeah, go for like my own little route, which when my brother and mum be in the car, they have a go at me because it's slightly longer. But I just got into the habit of doing it, and obviously it's worked. So I've stuck with it.
Yeah, with me, I pray before a match. I read my Quran as well. This season I started wearing like a wrist tape type thing. I started wearing it in training, and our captain Julius, he said, if you perform well today in training, wear it every time. So ever since then, I did well, so I said I'm gonna wear it. First game of the season, I got an assist as well, so I was like, let me just rock with it. See what's going on. In the morning, I'll have like a good breakfast.
Yeah.
Usually I have like a little a sandwich and I go. Now I'm more kind of I'm more prepared, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's important. Yeah.
Like so, but yeah, that's my thing. What's one thing that you can't live without?
Do you know, I'm gonna go say water. But I don't mean that in the way of like, if you don't have water, obviously, you're gonna be like die of dehydration. I mean it in like I'm literally always drinking, and like family have always said to me like I'm like a fish.
Just have water all the time.
Just all the time. I don't know what it is. I just always got like water by me and always drinking it. So yeah, I'd probably go even more so than a phone. Like water, yeah.
Yeah. Ronaldo or Messi? I know you did say that you didn't have like an idol now, but
yeah, I'd probably say like when I was growing up and watching them both when they were like Barcelona, Real Madrid, I always favoured Ronaldo.
Same.
I favoured Ronaldo, but if we're talking about just pure footballing ability, then I'd say Messi. Yeah.
Right, fair enough. What is your dream club you want to play for?
Oh, it's Arsenal.
Yeah, I want to see what
Yeah. Do you know what? If you said to me about 3 years ago, could I play for Arsenal the way they were going, or maybe a bit, look, 5 years ago now,
yeah.
I would have said, oh, do you know what? They keep going the way they're going, I'm going the way I'm going. Like, we might meet. But yeah, the way Arteta's got them going now, it's a joy as a fan to watch, and like, obviously going to the games when I can, and the atmosphere there, it's incredible again.
Yeah, it's mad what he's doing right now, to be honest. Is there a dream player and a coach that you want? A player to play with and a coach that you want to be coached by?
Do you know what? I'd love to have played for someone like Jose Mourinho.
Is it?
Just because I think just every day he'd just do something which is just a bit nuts, and you just like, you'd have a story to tell.
Yeah, 100%, that's true as well.
And just, yeah, even the way he is now, like, just when you see him getting sent off for little things and you just think, oh, what are you doing? But they're so funny, and like, just being around that every day. And then on the other side of just what he's achieved as a coach.
Yeah, 100%.
He's obviously incredible for that. In terms of playing with a player, do you know, I'm going to have to go Saka. Yeah, Saka, the boy, the star boy. Just love watching him play. Gets people off his seat. You always think something's going to happen when he gets on the ball. So, yeah, definitely him.
Last two questions we have. Would you rather, you're in a cup final, or you're in an FA Cup final, you've gone through that whole journey of Grimsby, would you rather score a screamer in the final and lose the game, or score an own goal but win the game?
Do you know what? Normally, I'd say probably score a goal and lose the game. But with it being like an FA Cup final, I think I'd take the stick I'm going to get for scoring an own goal to be able to win the FA Cup.
I think you still get a stick, but it would get overlooked.
Yeah, you'd get overlooked massively, because you just won the FA Cup, and like, if like my brother or like my mates tried giving me any stick in the group chat, I'd just send a picture of the medal into the chat, like, so yeah,
that would be sick.
Probably.
Last question. Who for you is the most underrated player ever?
Do you know what? I'm going to go Dennis Bergkamp, just because of what he'd done at the club and what he'd done in the Premier League. I don't think it gets spoken about enough.
Yeah.
Probably because of how good the team was and some of the players around him. But kind of when I've seen interviews with them players, they've always said Bergkamp was just a magician. Like, he was unbelievable the way he was. And a lot of them say like he was the best one they've played with. So that's definitely carrying some weight.
That's true. A couple months ago now, I think it could have been in April, near the end of April-ish, you came and coached us, our 15s at the time, and you're doing your, was it UEFA licence?
Yeah.
How was that? How do you like kind of get into that as well?
Yeah, it's something I've kind of wanted to, like, you know, football's such a short career.
Yeah.
And kind of you got to, I guess, plan for what comes after football to a degree. And I kind of said to myself, I want to get my coaching badges done before I finish playing. A lot of boys I speak to just finished playing or about to finish, all said to me, I wish I'd done it when I was a lot younger.
Yeah.
So they're done. And that was something I kind of wanted to do. So I spoke to the PFA and got myself on the UEFA B coaching course. And obviously it helps massively having PowerHause, the club there, where I can come down and actually coach the boys and girls, and not only try and help make you a lot better, but you can help me be better as a coach. So that's why I wanted to come down, and obviously I'll be coming down when I can on Tuesdays to get involved and try and help you progress, but again, give me more experience and look at the game differently from a coach's point of view as a player compared to being a player all the time. Yeah,
if you were to go professional in coaching, let's say, is there a team that you're looking to kind of, I guess, be a manager or like an assistant manager of, or like something to do with, if that makes sense?
Yeah, do you know what? We've got to say Arsenal again.
Yeah.
Obviously growing up, like, supporting the club, local club as well. It's always got to be Arsenal, but no, listen, if I was to manage any club professionally, I'd be more than happy and see it as an achievement in itself. So we'll see what the future holds.
Yeah. Has there ever been days where like your confidence is low, maybe because of what fans have to say? Because I know there's players obviously out there that, let's say, for example, Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of stick. Is there ever been a time like that for you?
Listen, I've had at different clubs, I guess you see different things and people say what they want to say, and I guess they're entitled to their opinion. I've never had it probably as bad as what some of these people get it, and obviously I guess when you play in the Prem, the volume of the messages you get is a lot higher. But I've never had anyone kind of step out of line and make it too personal or anything like that. But again, you just, like I said, they can give you stick on the Saturday, you score the winner Tuesday, and you're the best player they've ever seen in their eyes. So again, you can't take anything to heart. You've just got to move on and just get on to the next game and try and do better in that one.
A question I want to ask, obviously there are footballers who aren't kind of, I guess, responsible when it comes to money and their wages and stuff like that. What is, like, I don't want to ask your thoughts, but what would you say to someone that does it, if that makes sense?
I think again you've got to look at it like football's such a short window, and you're only going to be making the money you're on for X amount of years. So listen, you can get injured tomorrow and you can't play football again. So you've got to be smart with it. Obviously, I think different levels to how much you're on and what you can do with it. Obviously, boys in the Premier are earning $250,000 a week. They've got a lot more scope to invest and use their money wisely. But again, boys all the way down to scholars can start doing it at the age of like 16, 17, preparing for the future. And it's something which I've kind of, especially the last 2 years since going full time in football, kind of taken a bit more of an interest to. And I've tried Googling, researching, speaking to people who are involved in that side of the world and in that sort of business, and just trying to look at how I can be as smart as possible. So when I do finish, I have got some sort of nest or some sort of option where I can and not be worried about how am I going to pay the mortgage next month because I've just finished playing football and I've got nothing to fall back on. Which again goes down to why I probably did the coaching as well. It's something where if I finish playing football, I could walk into a coaching job and know I've got money coming in, and obviously by then hopefully I've got family and kids and stuff, so I'm going to have a lot more responsibilities.
So I'm going to assume you want your kid, if you had one, to be a footballer like you.
Do you know, I was having this conversation. I've had this conversation with a few people recently, and if my kid was a footballer, I'd be over the moon. And boy or girl, if you see the way the women's game's going now, I'd be really happy because it's something I managed to do, and hopefully they can do one better than me. But if they turned around and said to me, I don't want to be a footballer, I'd have no problem whatsoever, knowing what I've gone through and like the ups and downs and the times you probably don't even talk to people about it and what you go through. And if they said to me I don't want to do it, I'd go probably made the right choice here. But listen, we'll see what happens when that comes. If they want to get into another sport or something like that, whatever they choose to do, I guess I'll fully back them all the way.
Before we close off this video, I want to say obviously it's good that you guys have made a platform and kind of good base for young people like me and younger children as well to join and obviously grow and kind of develop as well. So obviously, I don't know what you've got to say for that and how is that for you as well?
Yeah, it's massive for us. It's like the main reason we kind of started it was to help people like yourselves and try and have some sort of impact on your future. Obviously, some people are going to help a little bit if it makes them 1% better, and other people we're going to help change their lives massively, hopefully. But again, I think you can answer, I guess, when you came to the academy, what were you expecting to begin with?
When I got told about the academy, obviously my old club, I was a bit shaky on, so I was kind of trying to look for a new club. But obviously PowerHause came along, my friend recommended it to me. I was like, I'll come down and have a look. I thought it was going to be a good club. Saw the Instagram, I thought it was a well-run club at the time. Came in and it was great, honestly great. Obviously good coaches there. I'd say a lot more professional. I think they're more serious about it as well compared to other clubs. I was a bit like, I'm happy with it, I want to see what's going on. But obviously now I'm here, a year in, my second year now. My first year was eventful. I got put onto the B team at the start of last season, which kind of crushed me in a sense, but I grew back up from it, got back onto the A team with my good friend Rowan now. He's on my best mates, I love him, man.
Good kid.
But now we've won the league champions, league cup champions. The celebrations are crazy as well. If you were there, you would have.
Yeah.
But that's that from me.
No, I think like you said there, like the important thing was like even though whether you're playing the B team or the A team, I don't think to look at it so much as a label, as like one or two or anything like that. I guess you can obviously talk again from experience, but I've gone through it where you're not playing and you're on the bench. So let's say you're part of the B team there, it kind of drives you to get better and makes you want to work harder. So you are in that starting 11, or like you just said there, in the A team and you're playing. But obviously that's, again, you touched on there about being professional. It's what we wanted to do, and the coaches we brought in, we wanted them to be young because, like you said again, we want them to be able to be relatable.
Yeah.
And we feel like amongst them they've got a good connection and good energy, and the way they all link up, and they're there for the right reasons. We wanted people there who were gonna help people like yourselves get better and not just think of it, it's another job, like I'll just shut up, give them some footballs and go and play five-a-side for an hour. Like, so I think we're making it as professional as we can, and we're going to continue to do that. We've got a few ideas we want to bring out in the next year or so, but I can't say too much from now, obviously, until they're all signed. But yeah, it's an exciting time, I'll say, to be involved with the academy, and I'm looking forward to the future and helping you out even more.
Yeah, that's it. Obviously, meeting the footballers as well. Obviously, we saw you and Josh at the World ceremony. So Courtney at the League Cup final. That was crazy as well. He was just there, appeared in January. But I think that's gonna close it out for today's episode. Is there anything you wanna say? Any shout-outs you wanna give to anyone?
No. Just again, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, no. And shout out to like the Powerhouse boys and girls. I'm sure a lot of them will be watching it as well, and obviously look forward to seeing everyone down at another session, and just keep working hard.
Appreciate that. Dan's socials will be in the description. My social will be in the description. PowerHause, everything. They'll be there as well. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you guys on the next one.